how former Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich changed the Premier League in European football with his investment, ambition, and success. The acquisition 2003. In June 2003, the football world was stunned when Roman Abramovich, a relatively unknown Russian billionaire, acquired Chelsea Football Club for £140 million at the time. Chelsea was a respectable Premier League club but far from the European powerhouse it would become. The club had qualified for the Champions League by finishing fourth in the previous season, but it was facing financial difficulties. Abramovich's takeover immediately cleared the club's estimated £80 million of debt, providing a clean slate and setting the stage for an unprecedented era of investment in English football. His arrival marked a seismic shift in the financial landscape of football, not just in England but across Europe. Initial spending spree 2003 to 2005. Abramovich wasted no time in demonstrating his ambition. In the summer of 2003, Chelsea spent over £100 million on new players, a staggering amount at the time. Key signings included Claude Makely from Real Madrid for £16.8 million, Hernan Crespo from Inter Milan for £16.8 million, Adrian Mutu from Parma for £15.8 million, Juan Sebastian Veron from Manchester United for £15 million, Joe Cole from West Ham United for £6.6 million. This spending spree continued in the following seasons. In 2004, the club brought in Didier Drogba from Marseille for £24 million, Ricardo Carvalho from Porto for £20 million, and Arjen Robben from PSV for £12 million. These signings were complemented by the arrival of Jose Mourinho as manager, fresh from his Champions League triumph with Porto. The 2005 summer transfer window saw further significant outlays, with Michael Essien joining from Lyon for £24.4 million and Sean Wright-Phillips from Manchester City for £21 million. This initial period of Abramovich's ownership set the tone for what was to come. The Russian billionaire showed he was willing to spend unprecedented sums to assemble a squad capable of challenging for top honors. Building a winning machine 2004 to 2007. Abramovich's investment quickly paid dividends. Under Mourinho's management and with the influx of world-class talent, Chelsea won back-to-back Premier League titles in 2004-05 and 2005-06, their first league championships in 50 years. The team also claimed the League Cup in both seasons. The success wasn't limited to domestic competitions. Chelsea consistently reached the latter stages of the Champions League, although the coveted European trophy remained elusive during this period. Abramovich's willingness to spend extended beyond player transfers. He invested heavily in the club's infrastructure, including upgrading training facilities at Cobham Training Centre, modernizing Stamford Bridge, enhancing the club's commercial operations. These investments laid the groundwork for long-term success and financial sustainability. Managerial carousel and continued investment 2007 to 2012. Despite the initial success under Mourinho, Abramovich's tenure became characterized by frequent managerial changes. Between 2007 and 2012, Chelsea saw several high-profile managers come and go, including Avram Grant 2007 to 2008, Luis Felipe Scolari 2008 to 2009, Guus Hiddink 2009 interim, Carlo Ancelotti 2009 to 2011, Andre Villas-Boas 2011 to 2012, Roberto Di Matteo 2012. Despite the managerial instability, Abramovich continued to invest heavily in the squad. Notable signings during this period included Fernando Torres from Liverpool for £50 million 2011, David Luiz from Benfica for £21 million 2011, Eden Hazard from Lille for £32 million 2012, Oscar from International for £19.35 million 2012. The club continued to enjoy success, winning the Premier League and FA Cup double under Carlo Ancelotti in 2009-10. However, the holy grail of European success remained out of reach, with Chelsea suffering a heartbreaking penalty shootout loss to Manchester United in the 2008 Champions League final. Champions League triumph 2012. The 2011-12 season was a roller coaster for Chelsea. After a poor start under Andre Villas-Boas, Roberto Di Matteo took over as interim manager in March 2012. Against all odds, Di Matteo led the team to their greatest triumph victory in the UEFA Champions League. Chelsea defeated Bayern Munich on penalties in the final, played at Bayern's home ground, the Allianz Arena. A night every Chelsea fan will forever live to remember. This victory was the culmination of Abramovich's ambition and investment. It cemented Chelsea's place among Europe's elite clubs and fulfilled the Russians' long-held dream of Champions League glory. The European success was complemented by an FA Cup victory, making it a historic double for the club. These triumphs were a testament to the quality of the squad Abramovich had assembled over the years, with key contributions from players he had invested in, such as Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, and Petr Cech. Focus on youth and financial fair play, 2013 to 2016. Following the Champions League triumph, Abramovich's approach to running Chelsea began to evolve. UEFA's financial fair play (FFP) regulations, introduced to prevent clubs from spending beyond their means, forced a recalibration of Chelsea's strategy. While still willing to make big money signings when necessary, such as the £30 million purchase of Willian in 2013, there was a greater emphasis on developing young talent and making smart, value-for-money acquisitions. This period saw increased investment in Chelsea's academy and loan system, with the club signing numerous young prospects with an eye on future first-team integration or profitable sales. Key developments during this period included expansion and improvement of the club's Cobham training facility, increased focus on the academy, leading to success at youth level, including UEFA Youth League victories in 2015 and 2016. Implementation of a wide-ranging loan system, with dozens of players sent out each season for development. When the ban was lifted, Abramovich once again showed his willingness to invest heavily. The 2020 summer transfer window saw Chelsea spend over £200 million on new players, including Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen for £71 million, Timo Werner from RB Leipzig for £47.5 million, Ben Chilwell from Leicester City £45 million, Hakim Ziyech from Ajax £36 million, Edouard Mendy from Rennes £22 million. This spending spree, conducted amid the financial uncertainties of the COVID-19 pandemic, reaffirmed Abramovich's commitment to the club and his ambition to return Chelsea to the summit of European football. Second Champions League triumph 2021. The 2020-21 season proved to be another landmark in the Abramovich era. After a mixed start under Frank Lampard, the club appointed Thomas Tuchel as manager in January 2021. Tuchel led a remarkable turnaround, guiding Chelsea to their second Champions League title with a 1-0 victory over Manchester City in the final. This triumph, coming 9 years after their first Champions League win, was a vindication of Abramovich's continued investment and his decision to appoint Tuchel. It also highlighted the success of Chelsea's transfer strategy, with key roles played by recent signings like Kai Havertz, who scored the winning goal in the final, and Edouard Mendy, alongside academy graduates like Mason Mount and Reece James. Club World Cup success and Abramovich's departure 2021 to 2022. Chelsea's success continued into the 2021-22 season, with the club winning the UEFA Super Cup and, for the first time in their history, the FIFA Club World Cup. These triumphs meant that under Abramovich's ownership, Chelsea had won every major trophy available to them. However, this period also marked the end of the Abramovich era at Chelsea. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Abramovich faced scrutiny due to his alleged ties to the Russian government. On March 2, 2022, he announced his intention to sell the club. On May 30, 2022, a consortium led by American businessman Todd Boehly completed the purchase of Chelsea for £4.25 billion, marking the end of Abramovich's 19-year ownership of the club. Legacy and impact. Roman Abramovich's tenure as Chelsea owner transformed not just the club, but the landscape of English and European football. His willingness to invest vast sums of personal wealth into the club set a new standard for ownership in football. Key aspects of Abramovich's legacy include: 1. Trophies under his ownership. Chelsea won 21 major trophies, including 5 Premier League titles, 5 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues, 1 UEFA Super Cup, and 1 FIFA Club World Cup. 2. Financial investment. It's estimated that Abramovich invested over $1.5 billion of his personal wealth into Chelsea. 3. Infrastructure. Significant improvements to Stamford Bridge and the development of state-of-the-art training facilities at Cobham. 4. Youth development. Heavy investment in the academy, leading to success at youth level and the eventual integration of academy graduates into the first team. 5. Women's team. Substantial investment in Chelsea women, transforming them into one of the top teams in women's football. 6. Commercial growth. Chelsea's brand value and commercial revenues grew exponentially under Abramovich's ownership. 7. Community impact. Increased focus on corporate social responsibility, including initiatives to combat anti-Semitism and support the NHS during the COVID-19 pandemic. Conclusion. Roman Abramovich's ownership of Chelsea FC from 2003 to 2022 represents one of the most transformative periods in the history of any football club. Through his willingness to invest unprecedented sums, his ambition to compete at the highest level, and his commitment to developing all aspects of the club, Abramovich turned Chelsea from a good Premier League team into a global footballing powerhouse. While his tenure was not without controversies, including frequent managerial changes and questions about the sustainability of his model of ownership, the on-field success and off-field growth of Chelsea during this period are undeniable. Abramovich's impact extended beyond Chelsea, influencing the way football clubs are run and funded across Europe. The end of the Abramovich era in 2022 marked the close of a defining chapter in Chelsea's history. However, the foundations laid during his ownership, from the world-class training facilities to the winning mentality instilled in the club, will continue to influence Chelsea's fortunes for years to come. Roman Abramovich's legacy at Chelsea serves as a testament to how significant investment, when coupled with ambition and strategic planning, can transform a football club's fortunes. Roman Abramovich legacies in Premier League and European football. 1. Chelsea's transformation. Above all, Abramovich will be remembered for turning Chelsea from a good but inconsistent Premier League team into a global footballing powerhouse. His massive financial investment and ambition propelled Chelsea to the top echelons of world football. 2. Trophy haul. Under Abramovich's ownership, Chelsea experienced unprecedented success, winning numerous trophies including multiple Premier League titles and 2 UEFA Champions League trophies. This era of success will be inextricably linked to his name. 3. Financial power. Abramovich set a new standard for club ownership with his willingness to invest enormous sums of personal wealth. His spending sprees, especially in the early years of his ownership, revolutionized the transfer market and raised expectations for what wealthy owners could do for their clubs. 4. Impact on the Premier League. His approach to ownership influenced other wealthy individuals to invest in Premier League clubs, contributing to the league's status as the richest and most globally popular football league. 5. Managerial carousel. Abramovich became known for his frequent changes in management, often dismissing successful managers in pursuit of even greater success. This approach, while controversial, became part of Chelsea's identity during his tenure. 6. Youth development. Later in his ownership, Abramovich's investment in Chelsea's academy began to pay dividends, with several homegrown players becoming first-team stars. This shift towards developing talent will be part of his legacy. 7. Controversy. Abramovich's ownership was not without controversy. Questions about the source of his wealth, his connections to Russian politics, and the sustainability of his ownership model were persistent themes throughout his tenure. 8. Abrupt end. The sudden end to his ownership due to sanctions related to Russia's invasion of Ukraine will be a significant part of how he's remembered, highlighting the complex intersection of sports, business, and geopolitics. In essence, Roman Abramovich will be best remembered as an owner who fundamentally changed what was possible in football through massive financial investment, ushering in an era of unprecedented success for Chelsea FC, while simultaneously altering the economic landscape of European football. His tenure serves as a prime example of how wealth can rapidly transform a sports team's fortunes, for better or worse. Roman Abramovich is the kind of club owner every football fan wants. Thanks for watching and kindly subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this.